Effective communication between controllers and pilots can be improved by the mutual understanding of each other's operating environment. It also requires knowledgeable understanding of the roles and responsibilities on both sides of the mic. Air traffic controllers give instructions with the expectation that the pilot is able to understand and comply, or that the pilot will advise if they are unable to do so. But what happens when a pilot requires more preparation time, feels uncomfortable, or is not ready to comply with the instruction? All pilots must be aware that the pilot in command, PIC, of an aircraft is directly responsible for and is the final authority as to the operation of that aircraft. It is very important that pilots of all experience levels fully understand and assume their role as PIC. An air traffic controller is always prepared to repeat, provide clarification, or alternative instructions when requested. The final decision to act on ATC's instruction rests with you. If you cannot safely comply with an ATC instruction, inform them by stating unable. As stated in the Pilot Controller Glossary, unable indicates inability to comply with a specific instruction, request, or clearance. Let's analyze a replay of a real-life event involving a newly certificated private pilot, which could have been prevented by advising air traffic control they were unable. On a fall evening, a pilot of a single-engine aircraft requested to taxi. The pilot receives instructions from ATC to taxi to runway 21 at Taxiway Gulf, and to expect a 3 to 5 minute delay before a takeoff clearance would be issued. The pilot reads back the instructions correctly and exits the ramp.
Holding short at Gulf, 2-1.
Upon reaching the runway, the tower controller issues takeoff clearance for runway 21 at Taxiway Gulf without the need for a 3 to 5 minute delay as previously advised.
Turn no further right than heading 260, wind 210 at 9 or gust 14, runway 21 at Gulf. Clear for takeoff. Traffic is in medevac 4 miles plus.
No farther than 330, 21, clear for takeoff.
No further right than 260.
No further right than 260.
Surprised by the quicker than expected takeoff clearance, the pilot felt rushed, however accepts the clearance. Instead of advising ATC, they are not ready or unable. Feeling rushed, the pilot entered the runway and turned in the wrong direction. Without verifying the compass heading prior to moving the throttle forward, they depart in the wrong direction, resulting in the aircraft not having adequate runway to reach a safe takeoff speed. The aircraft then runs off the end of the runway onto the grass.
Medevac turn right, heading, correction, continue flying straight.
We'll continue flying straight, medevac.
Do you need any assistance?
What can we learn from this event? Let's take a look at what happened. The controller gave instructions to the pilot of the single-engine aircraft to depart from runway 21 at Taxiway Gulf. The pilot was also told to expect a 3 to 5 minute delay prior to a takeoff clearance. The pilot planned to use the expected delay time for final preparations before taking off and was not adequately prepared to accept the takeoff clearance. Upon reaching the runway, the tower controller issues takeoff clearance without the expected 3 to 5 minute delay. The pilot was caught off guard upon receiving the takeoff clearance and became distracted as they were still preparing for departure. The pilot became disoriented and did not verify their alignment. The pilot began departure roll on the runway in the wrong direction and veered off the end of the runway onto the grass. As pilot in command, the pilot could have not accepted the takeoff clearance by replying unable to the controller upon receiving the clearance. Make sure you're also following these best practices. Stay focused. Maintain a cockpit free from distractions. Be a proactive listener. Active listening helps you to clearly understand instructions. Communicate effectively. Say what you mean, and do not just parrot back an instruction on readback. Use proper phraseology. Make sure you're speaking aviation phraseology, per the Pilot Controller Glossary. Understand and write down the instruction. Understand runway signs, markings, and lighting. Stating unable when not prepared is your responsibility and authority as pilot in command. Remember to share these recommendations with other pilots in your community and review CFR Part 91.3 and the Pilot Controller Glossary for more information. Know before you go.